Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. Working on change, struggling on working on change, to listen to your intuition, right? To follow what it is that you feel inside that you need to do. What do you need to look at? We have the Three of Swords reversed, and we have that. I feel like you're no longer stuck in that energy, right? That you're no longer in hermit energy, that you're no longer in this Three of Swords energy. You've set yourself free from that, and now you're ready to start in a new direction, right? That you have a new way of thinking. And why is that? Because you're becoming more in tune with what your intuition is telling you. We have ready to communicate, Nine of Swords, Two of Wands. I feel like you're worried about there's one last piece that you need to do. I feel like you've gotten most of it done, but I still feel like there's a little bit more that you have to handle. But then it could also be that you're worried about where the future is going to go, like what's going to head your way, like what's coming in for you, like where you're going with everything. And definitely that's a scary thing. It's like, okay, where do I go from here? What's the next step? All right, let's get some Lenormand. Or you know that there's this also could be that you're struggling with the fact that you know that there's something that you need to work on and you need to do, but you're just not doing it. Like you know that there's a choice or decision that you have. Yeah. All right, we have the snake and cutting something out. You know that something is not right. You know something is false. You know that something needs to be cut out or let go of. But you're just not listening to yourself and you're just not doing it. Like you know what you need to do, but you're just not following through with it. And we all do that. Then we have the clouds and we have the cross and then we have the park. Just give it some time and it will happen. Because it's almost like if you're in a situation that you don't like, it's just like you keep putting up with it and keep putting up with it until like you can't take it anymore, and then all of a sudden you like explode, and then you're like, okay, that's it, I'm over it, I'm done. You know, it's kind of like that reference of like when you have those clothes in your closet and you have a million clothes and you're trying to clean out your closet, but then it's like, no, I'm not quite ready to give it away or sell it or throw it out. So you kind of put it in the back of your closet, or you put it in a place in your closet where, you know, you don't really think about, and then it's like it's still there, and like a year later, 6 months, a year later, you're going, and then you finally get to the point, okay, I haven't worn this in a few years, I haven't worn this in a long time, now I'm ready to get rid of it. But I feel like there's something that you know that you have to work on to let go of. Something's not right, something doesn't feel right and you have to cut it out, but you just haven't done it. You haven't come to those terms that that's what you have to deal with. I also feel like this energy here is you have to look at that it's freeing when you finally handle this, right? When you finally let that go, that you're not in hermit mode, you're not in Three of Swords mode, you're looking at things differently. The clouds start to clear. You're having faith and belief in yourself. And then for energy over here is that this is just something that's going to have to take time, because this is a process that you're going through. This is something that you're dealing with. This is something that you're going through. And yeah, there may be some worry or some stress or some concern about where do I go from here? What's my next step? But it's almost like completing this step first, and then it's like moving over into that step. And not worrying about those things that you can't control, because that's what the Nine of Swords is not worrying about those things that you can't control. Because if you start worrying about those things that you can't control, then you're adding too much to your plate. And as I've always said, is don't put too much on your plate that is going to be overwhelming. Just kind of focus on the things that you can take care of, setting yourself up for success, doing those things that you know that you can do and that you can accomplish, so that you're always putting yourself in a winning situation. All right, so let's get some more cards here. King of Swords. So we have King of Swords over here, which is finding the solutions and analyzing things, looking at things, breaking things down, seeing what's going on. Again, we have the King of Swords over here, with that same energy. Standing up for what you feel is right for you. Are you putting yourself in this energy here, right? You're putting yourself in this energy, and are you really doing the best thing that's for you? That if you're even thinking about that something has to be changed, then something has to be changed. We have the Hangman, which is my favorite card, which is stop and taking a look, taking a break from something, leaving it alone, stepping away from it, but then thinking about it and seeing it from a different perspective, looking at things differently, seeing how it's affecting you, seeing what energy you're putting yourself into. Death card. I feel like Death card's been coming out a lot for Capricorn. Scorpio also is that putting an end, right? Finally cutting this out, finally walking away from this, finally listening to that inner voice, finally seeing things for what they are. Queen of Cups, emotions and feelings, because there's always those emotions and feelings. When you cut something out, when you leave something, when you change things, sometimes there's that feeling of loss, right? That maybe that feeling of failure, maybe that feeling of, oh, I didn't do it, I didn't accomplish it. But then once you're able to work through past that, then you open up the doors here for all of these opportunities, for these new things to come in, for new things to happen, for new opportunities, right? For the sun energy to come in, for the happiness to come in. But I feel like it's working on you. Sometimes I just feel like you need to step away, and you just need to take some time to yourself and make the choice on where you want to go from here, and not letting other things influence you. Sometimes we do need that time to ourselves, however long that may be, is we need that time to process what has happened, to process what has gone on, to listen to our inner voice. Because if we're always surrounding ourselves with other people or situations, and we have so much chaos going on, we're not able to hear ourselves and what we want and what we want to do, because we're feeling that we're influenced by people that are around us, or we're not really able to hear what our inner voice is really telling us. So I do feel that you need some time away to step away from something in this future energy. But stepping away and having time to yourself, I feel, is a very good thing, especially with the Sun card right next to it. Like it's not a bad thing. I think that it's going to be more advantageous than you realize, than what you think. Sometimes we don't realize how that time alone is much needed. All right, so let's get a Star Dragons. Let's see, we have healing, restoring hope. Exactly, healing. And I feel like that's what that Five of Pentacles is that time for you to heal. Give yourself the time to heal. Give yourself time to restore hope, to get yourself back on track. And that may be why you're struggling with this Two of Swords, is because you haven't given yourself time to kind of build up your energy, to build up your confidence, to build up yourself, to recharge yourself. And that may be why you need that time alone. All right, let's get a Wisdom Oracle. What do we have for Capricorn here for this reading? This Wisdom Oracle for the reading, we have be fair. Looking out for yourself, being fair to yourself, right? Be fair to yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't cut yourself short. Don't stay in an energy, right, that you're not listening to your inner voice, and that you're not cutting those things out that need to be cut out, and you're not dealing with those things. Sometimes, yes, it takes time for us to build up the courage to make those changes, but at least if you're realizing, okay, something needs to be done, something needs to be changed. All right, let's get an energy oracle for the reading. We have attachment. There's an attachment going on here, right? She has a mask on, so she's taking the mask off, and she's chained to this pole. There's an attachment to something. What is that attachment that you have to free yourself from? So I feel like that's the energy that you have to see that's around this reading, that there's an attachment. But here I feel there's a freedom from that. Shutting down and focusing on the Three of Swords. But I feel that there's a freedom from that. Think on your feet. I feel like it's thinking on your feet. Thinking on your feet. standing up for something, right? Thinking on your feet, standing up. Oh, there's a beautiful green butterfly. I wish I could move the camera for you. There's a beautiful green butterfly on my flowers out on the patio. I don't think I've ever seen a butterfly that color. Thinking on your feet, standing up to something, not taking it lying down. Thinking on your feet, I feel like is standing up to something, right? Kind of realizing that this energy is going on, that this situation is going on, and this is what you're doing, but like standing up to the situation and not accepting it, but doing something about it. All right, let's see. We have Animal Oracle. I feel like those two didn't want to go back in. We have Starfish Spirit, open to the infinite possibilities, and that's what this is, the infinite possibilities, but sometimes that can become overwhelming, is almost freeing up. If you're used to being with limited opportunities and being like, okay, this is what it is and I have to accept it. But then when you have the infinite possibilities and all of these possibilities going on for you, sometimes that can be overwhelming, but that's a good overwhelming. And then acting as if, that one's come out a lot, which is putting yourself in that energy of having that success and having that victory and feeling free and open to infinite possibilities and doing those things and having finally let go of this energy here. All right, and I want to pick a crystal card. Sorry, my voice. With all of these allergies. Okay, we have Malachite, cleanse, trauma, intensity, transformation. Let me just grab something to drink here. Sorry. Malachite takes no prisoners, at least with your spiritual journey. A powerful conduit for energy, Malachite cleanses the emotional body of trauma, whether from this life or a past life. A teacher of emotional responsibility, Malachite asks that you take accountability for your feelings and helps you release patterns that no longer serve you. Look deep within the worlds and patterns of Malachite to access other dimensions within yourself. Explore different timelines and hidden messages, bringing your subconscious to light. Scorpio, Capricorn, and Venus. Well, that's pretty good. Cool. I guess it's like looking at all of those swirls. So that's pretty cool. So cleansing yourself from this right here. But I do feel that you accomplished that because those are reversed, but it's like a new way of thinking and seeing things. And definitely with, again, this King of Swords again and the Hangman. So I feel like you realize that. But just even if that light bulb goes off, it doesn't mean you have to solve everything in one day, but it's like, okay, I realize this, I see this, I know that this is what I have to handle, I know this is what I have to do. So just recognizing it, I feel, is a huge step. Okay, so let's get our charms. Let's get some charms. We have the sunflower. I love that because that goes with the sun, and I love sunflowers. We have the heart. We have forever. We have the elephant. We have the lock and the key. And we have another sunflower. So 2 sunflowers. I love that. The elephant, which I feel is learning from situations and applying those to the future. You hold the lock and you hold the key. So it's up to you to turn the key to open the lock, right? To free yourself. We have forever. Forever. You're with yourself forever. As crazy as that sounds, but it's like, you have to realize that your decisions and your choices will affect you forever. And you want to be able to make the best choices that you can for yourself and loving yourself. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.